All right, boys and girls, this is Detroit Damon Robinson here with my Detroit Damon 2023 Detroit Lions draft, mock draft. So I've been putting a lot of thought into this, and as I usually do every year. And so I'm gonna get down to what the Detroit Lions are going to draft this year, what I think they're going to draft. Now, we know that the Lions need help in a couple different areas. Namely, number one, cornerback. We need number two or a maybe better number one, depending on how Jeff Okudah pans out on the outside at corner. I think we have some really good backups, but we need another number one to handle the Adam Thielens or the Justin Jeffersons or whomever just an NFC North division. We also need a linebacker. Malcolm Rodriguez was great. Alexander Zaloni was good, was great, respectively within their let's say within their scope of skill set. How about that? Within their skill set. However, we still have some problems handling those tight ends. We still have some problems handling those running backs, some of those running backs, and some people in coverage and space. So we need a linebacker that can cover maybe sideline to sideline, but also can get up in the middle and thump to make a nice, duo or trio with Derek Barnes and Malcolm Rodriguez and Alexander Longley coming in to pick up the pieces. Third thing we need, I hate to say it, so I love Jamal Williams and I love DeAndre Swift, but we need a running back. We need a running back who can handle the load when DeAndre's out or handle the backup when Jamal Williams is out or if he goes in free agency. We need a good running back, and we'll talk about that. Fourth thing we'll talk about, we do need a defensive tackle. We don't know what's going to happen with Levi Onwuzurike. We don't know what's going to happen with Isaiah Buggs. I think we did pick up Isaiah Buggs. But we got a couple questions in there. You can never have too much depth. You can never have too young of a DT coming in. Looks like we're pretty good at defensive end, but we need a deep defensive tackle. And finally, a backup QB. We need a backup QB. We need someone who can come in and run the system, someone we can maybe groom for years in the future or even use as trade capital. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. So Detroit Lions on the clock. Pick number 6 in round 1. The Detroit Lions select running back Bijan Robinson. You know what? I like that Robinson name. That's me, Damon Robinson. So I like that name. He's a 6 foot, 220-pound running back. He is a generational running back, they say. He played for the Texas Longhorns. He had 258 attempts, 1,580 yards. And he was a bell cow, even though he had a good backup as well, Roshan Johnson. But he had a really good year. Third-year running back, played in 31 games, made 28 starts, won the Doak Walker Award, which is important. He finished 9th in the Heisman Trophy voting. Probably could have finished a little higher than that, I think. But, they go by, how good your team is as well. He was, let's see, for awards-wise, some more awards. He chosen to be Big 12 Offensive Player of the Year. He named, let's see, what else is he? He had a lot of stuff, a lot of awards. But the big thing with him is that he has a nice blend of size and speed and power. And he's got some wiggle, too. This guy's really elusive. Like, he gets really small in the hole. And I'll put some videos up about that. Really good vision. Well-balanced. He doesn't have the best speed, they say. But and sometimes he can be impatient. But overall, from what I've seen, this guy is an amazing running back. He's an impressive athlete with ideal size and power. He can be a workhorse back. So he can come in and we can do a two-headed monster with Swifty, or we can, if Swifty's out, he can carry the whole load. So good pick by Detroit Lions. He's ranked number He's ranked number 3 by TDN Network and number 7 by CBS. So picking him at 6 is right on the money. Some say too high for a running back, but I do not. Round number 1, we got second number round pick. That first one came from LA. This one is ours, number 18. And with the 18th pick, the Detroit Lions pick Christian Gonzalez, cornerback, sophomore out of Oregon. Christian Gonzalez is 6'2", 201 pounds. He's rumored to run a 4.3 40. This year he had 4 interceptions, 35 solo tackles, and 16 assists. It's been said that people have thrown away from him. He's got the height, he's got the twitch, he's got the he's got the length. He says he's got powerful hands, straight line speed. He's got fluidity in his hips. His got a good change of direction ability. They say weaknesses wise, he sometimes tends to play conservative and is susceptible to double moves. And that's something that we can hopefully coach out of him. Can't coach speed, cannot coach speed, but you can coach traits, coach skills. And so that's what we're going to do. So I got some videos of him and we're doing some interceptions, a couple of those interceptions that he ran back here. And he's a good-looking prospect. There's some other people have us picking Keely Ringo, Joey Porter Jr., Devin Weatherspoon out of Illinois. These are all people that would be fine at 16. I'm picking height, speed here, but any of those guys would do. They all have their attributes. Some are better in press, some are better in zone. Witherspoon did play with our safety that we have now. So they have some familiarity, which would be good. But this guy, his dad was a Colombian basketball player at UTEP. Both his sisters are sprinters. And if we line up across from Jeff Lakuta, we'll have 2 shutdown corners. Now, round number 2. Because the Lions happen to do fairly well this season, we got pick number 48, which is fine. There's a lot of talent out here. But what we need now, we covered 2 of our major needs. We got running back, we got cornerback. Now what we need is that linebacker. Boy, we need that linebacker. And so the Detroit Lions, round 2, pick number 48 in the 2023 NFL Draft. They choose linebacker Trenton Simpson from Clemson, a 6'3", 240-pound linebacker. Now this guy, he can play Mike, he can play outside. Depends on how you want to use him. He's got the size, he's got the speed. He made Bruce Feldman's freak list. The 6'3", 240-pounder has 6% body fat, has 78 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and 6 sacks. Bench press 375 pounds, power clean 335, vertical leap 35 inches, raw jump 10.2. And they say he'd run a 40 in the high 4.3s. Man, if this guy can run the 4.3s, we can put him in the middle and let him run sideline to sideline, and put him on the strong side and let him chase people down. Either way. Also, he can handle people in coverage, so which is what we need. We need someone who's got some speed. He has loose hips, almost moves like a safety. So that's the kind of guy that we could use. Scouting report weaknesses say as good as he is attacking the downhill, he can sometimes get over aggressive and overrun plays. We had that in Jared Davis. That's not something we want. Hopefully we can coach him out of that to be able to read and react. Malcolm Rodriguez does an excellent job of that, but even just filling his gaps and not overrunning the play would be something that we need, something that'd be great. He can convert speed to power when you go after the ball. You can use him in to sack the quarterback as an outside linebacker. So very nice skill set for Trenton Simpson. His honors and awards are: he's a 2022 Butkus Award semifinalist, a Lot Impact Trophy semifinalist. He was third team All-CC honors. And we got some video on him. Quite a specimen. You can see him chasing the ball from sideline to sideline. he comes in like a rocket, man. This guy's got some incredible speed. So nice job by the Detroit Lions with their third pick in the draft. Now we're gonna go to our fourth pick in the draft, round 2, number 59. And now what we can use is another defensive tackle, just in case we lose some people or some people get hurt. We relied a lot on Isaiah and man, I can't think of the guy's name. Our other defensive tackle, not Levi. I can't think of his name. Anyways, so however, this is a good time to get a defensive tackle. We're set at defensive end. So with pick number 2, or pick round 2, pick number 59, the Detroit Lions choose Maisie Smith, defensive lineman of Michigan, 6'3", 337 pounds. Now this guy, I mean, you know, this is the kind of guy you want. He's 337 pounds, but he is not a fat boy. He is muscle. This guy is Grand Rapids, Michigan. He can move, and he's stout against the run. So he's compactly built, high motor lineman. So these Michigan guys are high motor. We got Aiden Smith. He was high motor. Now we can get this guy. He and Aiden are familiar. So put them both on the same side. And now you got some inside communication things going on where they know each other's tendencies. So this will be great. Another one of Bruce Feldman's freak lists. He was number 1. 6'3", 337-pounder, has rare power and agility, 22 reps on the bench press. Close grip bench, 550 pounds, vertical jump 33 inches, broad jump 9'4.5". And he's clocked at a 4.41 in the shuttle. So this guy can move. And he can get around these tackles, or he can go through these tackles, which is what we need. And his 6.953 cone shuffle would have been the fastest time on defensive tackles in Indianapolis last year. So we'll see what he does at the combine. So he's a penetrator. When he plays a 3 technique, he has a strong core. He can locate the ball. He has amazing weight room strength, as we brought out, and he brings good power, especially with his lower legs, so he can hold up against a double team. And that's what we want. Somebody to suck up that guard and that center so that our linebackers can run free. The weaknesses are he's a bit stiff, and so he's not going to threaten the edge, and sometimes he can fail to locate the ball. But nonetheless, man, this guy, Aleem McNeil, that's his name. If you put him in 3 technique next to Aleem McNeil, if you're going 4-4, you got some monsters right there. You got some monsters. They're not going to get through that line. They're going to double team one of them. So nice pick by the Detroit Lions. Now round 3, pick number 81. Man, we got this. I think this would be very nice if we can get this guy. Now, you know, we got a quarterback, and I'm not sure how good he is. I don't know much about him. I know he did not play this year at all because we were, you know, Jared Goff was healthy, thank goodness. But nonetheless, you know, he's going to be a large cap hit next year. Do we keep him since we've had success with him, or do we move on, or do we just keep him and groom somebody? Just take the hit on the money and groom someone else underneath him, get him to teach someone else. This guy has about the same size as Jared Goff, a little bit more fleet-footed, but he has the same general size, so we can build the offense around him. So without further ado, round 3, pick number 81, the Detroit Lions select Hendon Hooker, quarterback out of Tennessee. This 6'4", 218-pound senior. He had 3,135 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. So takes care of the ball all through his career. The year before, he had 31 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. So his rating was 175 this year, 182 last year, 153 the year before. So takes care of the football, which is what we need. We don't need to give the ball away. Plus, he has a good arm and can evade the defense. The strength of his scouting report says he has a nice release and a live arm, delivers tight spirals, quick release, is compact. He's accurate on intermediate and short throws. He flashes anticipation. He's good at accuracy overall. He's ideal height, and he's a good mover for somebody his height. Sometimes they say he holds onto the ball too long and may panic. He's a work in progress, which is good. We need somebody in the later rounds who we can grow up into a quarterback under our offensive system. Maybe why Ben is still here as offensive coordinator, get him started, and he can learn behind Jared. Jared, I think, is about 27, 28, so he's doesn't have a lot of time left anyway. So we got to start thinking about getting somebody else. Now, these are the first five picks, or the first 4 rounds, I should say, of the draft. Actually, first 3, because we don't have a 4th rounder. So I'll get back to you guys with the next couple picks. Let's see what happens. You can hit me up on this channel, and if you got any comments or questions or anything, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. We're gonna keep on making more draft stuff. I got a couple of my boys I'm gonna probably bring in and start maybe do some podcast stuff. You know, if I can get them off the couch, you lazy bums, get up off your butts. Anyway, so this is Detroit Damon Robinson. Peace.